Hi, I'm Ann Boyle. I'm a forensic genealogist and private detective. Well, I'd like to tell you about one of my most favorite investigations. It had to do with a young man who traveled the world, and his siblings thought that he might be a brain surgeon, he might be dead. He was a beneficiary to a trust. The last that his siblings had seen him was in the 1970s when he was visiting with their grandmother in Maine. He was known to be studying to be a brain surgeon in England and Scotland. He had last been known to be very ill in South Africa. So he could be in South Africa, England, Scotland, or the United States, or he might be dead. I put his name and date of birth into national databases that should have disclosed this man, and nothing came up with his full name and his middle initial, even with his date of birth. The only thing I really had to work with was that he liked his grandmother and had surfaced at her house in Maine. So I drove up to Maine and I went to the courthouse to look at the papers where he had inherited from his grandmother, and lo and behold, he had had his money sent to a man by the name of C. Douglas Buck in a little town in Maryland. With that clue, I tracked down C. Douglas Buck and found he was deceased, but found his children who said, "Oh, I traveled with this guy in Europe. Please don't tell him where I am if you find him." And the last we knew of him, he'd gotten married in California. With the clue of a marriage in California, I was able to track him down, find him in Florida, and he was very grateful to accept money from this trust. I work exclusively for attorneys and bank trust officers or real property owners, tracking down the ownership of individuals for court cases. I have about 30 years of experience working for only attorneys and bank trust officers. Every case I work on is for court quality. Every case that we work on is considered an individual research project. Every document that we obtain is confirmatory for other documents. When the attorney approaches the court, they will have written vital records from state facilities, census records, cemetery records, interview notes. Nothing is said that is not substantiated by what would be considered acceptable standards of any court. If we can help you with a case identifying and locating people, please either give us a call or complete the form on this website.